Hi guys, welcome back to our podcast. Now tonight's task is gonna be a bit of an introduction because this lady actually delighted us with her presence, and we're so fortunate. I think I'm just gonna say this. That we're so blessed that we are having to get to know people that are really inspiring, and that we would want to get to know. But more before that, hi guys, I'm Sheila.
And I'm Ruel. And welcome to the CommoNurse podcast.
All right, you're gonna do that one later. I know, she's excited.
I'm so excited.
Are you excited?
So pumped right now.
All right. So, guys, just a fun fact. Tonight's episode is actually, I'm not gonna say special because you will say that. I always say everything's special. Every episode is special. But this collaboration has been, I think, we've been so excited for this, and it's a long time coming. And this is the first ever multicultural podcast episode that we're gonna have. So tonight's guest is Miss Fitri Muzaki.
Hi, I'm Fitri.
Yeah, welcome, guys. So, just going back to the background, why did I say multicultural? Because Fitri, she's actually Indonesian, but
I'm
she looks
Indonesian.
Filo, right?
But I love the Filo community.
Exactly. And oh my God, I'm just gonna read her very long
Extensive
CV.
CV.
Oh, yeah, I know, very long, because apparently this lovely young lady. So you came here around, is it 2001? Oh,
99. So I was like 12, 13.
12? Yeah.
Yeah, around about there. So year 9, year 8.
Yeah,
around there.
okay.
Yeah. So like did my first like primary school. I don't know if it's the same in the Philippines. There's like primary school
Yep.
and there's a
Elementary?
junior high and senior
Junior
high.
Okay. Ours is like elementary, high school, and then college, or we call it uni. So it's
Uni,
equivalent
yeah.
uni.
But it has changed recently. But anyway, go for it.
Yeah, true. So basically, Fitri moved here like with her family from Indonesia, guys, and then she basically started her studying here. Now I'm just gonna fast forward to your actually professional background. There you go.
Fast forward.
Apparently, just because I read your CV, that's when I knew she's apparently she graduated Bachelor of Engineering in Swiss German University in Jakarta, Indonesia in 2010. So she's actually an engineer.
Apart
By
from being the princess of
paper.
Indonesia.
Yes.
Of an unknown kingdom. There isn't a kingdom, by the way.
You're gonna look it up. No, just kidding. So anyway, yeah. So previous profession is engineer, and now like she worked her way up, and then she studied her sonography. And then now she's a professional sonographer. She studied biomedical science
Yeah.
in
Jesus.
infectious disease. Oh my God, she's not just a princess. She's smart. She's
I'm not
something
a princess, okay?
Very well educated.
else. Very well.
I
and-
don't know about education. Just average.
Yeah, and she finished it in 2014, and then studied graduate diploma in medical sonography in University of South Australia. So very, very
Well traveled. Very educated.
Yeah, universities that she studied in, and she finished it in 2020, and then registered sonographer. Is
Yeah,
it?
like accredited. It's
Accredited-
called AMS, accredited medical
sonographer.
Yeah.
Yeah, in 2020?
2020, I finished like uni and
Uni.
stuff. But yeah, started scanning in 2017. You started watching first and helping first, and then finally you get your hand on the probe, and then you're doing
it
your
yourself,
units at
yeah.
uni, and then you
Yeah.
do exams, and then you got qualified, and then your registration number is out, and then that's it. You do exactly the same thing that you did the day before.
Yes. I think that's basically it. But yeah,
Surely
professionally.
it's the same. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like it's just a piece of paper, but I did that already yesterday, but the piece of paper came out.
True, and it's a really similar pathway for us as well, isn't it? So, guys, Fitri is not actually from Canberra, so she just moved here in 2021.
2021, yeah.
Yes,
So
and
we've
then
been around, yeah.
yeah, and she's from Western Australia, guys.
Yes,
Yay.
WA pride.
WA represent.
I've never been.
We've never
WA.
been. It's one of the places that I really want to visit. To
Not
be
me.
honest,
It's really nice.
It's too
yeah,
hot.
I know. I'm still convincing him. So anyway, going back. So now professionally, started work in 2020, and then 2021 she moved to Canberra and actually worked in Calvary Hospital. But guys, we work in like just
Next
doors,
door.
next door department, and we haven't seen each other.
And you briefly mentioned earlier
Yep.
about a funny story on how you met.
Yes.
Would you like to continue on that?
Technically, Fitri and I actually met at a badminton
In session.
Yeah, it's my first time to attend a social badminton that it's not part of our club. We met in the badminton like
No,
straight
in the car
away.
park. In the car park.
In a
In the-
car
in the
park.
car
In a
trying to
car
find,
park.
we're trying to
We're
find where the
trying to
badminton
find-
hall
yes.
is.
Hi, is this the correct one? And then you're like,
It's the
you know, is it our first time to? Oh, great, okay, let's play. Because
Yeah, let's play.
somewhat, you know, it's scary to come to
yeah, but it's
this
True.
kind of session, and like
you
not
don't-
knowing anybody really.
Yeah, and you don't
But-
even know where the location is
Yeah,
because we were finding it.
We were like, oh,
finding
where
which-
is it?
where's the
Where is
gym?
this place? Yeah.
So-
Forward.
Okay, and then fast forward, guys. We didn't realize we kept talking, like we kept playing and talking. Oh my god, we basically work in the same hospital, and then without even knowing
We
each
don't
other.
know each other. Yeah.
Because I for those of you who are actually watching my vlog, I used to work as a medical imaging nurse. I haven't worked in a while, but so like that's why we haven't seen each other, because I think that's also the time where
But were you
actually
already
just-
there when she was doing?
No, I think
I
I
think-
came in August 2021.
Yeah, and
So
I think that's the
she
time
was
that I'm already
finished.
like I'm
Moved over to
already
ED.
Rotating.
full time in ED. So
I see.
it's kind of, but I know everyone.
Yeah, everybody knows you. And I said, oh,
Really? She's
Yeah.
that popular.
yeah, it's just quite popular. Ruel,
Yes, I told you.
hypervigilance.
Yes.
Remember?
So true, so true. So anyway, all right. I think going down to the first question, what was your first impression of me?
You were so approachable, so likable.
I don't think so.
guys, if you're watching, if you're seeing the video, like Roel is just like
See me in the video.
Ruel's denying everything.
exactly, and you won't believe what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, to be fair, you are actually approachable. and friendly,
Approachable.
huh?
And like out of all people that I wanted to know where the location is, and
Yeah.
Sheila was very responsive. So I was like, oh, do you know where this is? Oh, I don't know either, but let's find out, kind of thing. Very positive vibes. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, I'll be friends with this girl.
And we were like, that's the first time that we met each other,
Yeah.
and we were like so close already. Like throughout the game, we kept playing with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, we have different partners because of like a mixed doubles kind of thing. But then, yeah, meeting in badminton and basically working at the same place
And
together.
same place, yeah.
Yeah,
And the very next day, we had our first lunch date. Remember?
exactly. That's the
So
first
I
time.
sort of like find out what's your. I think the very next day, because I didn't see you again at that
Yes.
session.
Yeah.
So I like, oh, what's your name? Blah blah blah. So we just like added it in Facebook and then message you, and then the very
Yep.
next day, hey, lunch.
Yes, exactly. There you go. And so the next day, I'm gonna put in a picture of us
Yeah, a
during
picture
our
of
first,
us.
our first lunch day
Lunch day.
together. All right.
Good
So
on you guys.
anyway, do you want to? Come on, feel free to butt
Yeah, I
in.
will eventually.
This
I'm
is
just like listening
extroverts
to your story.
talking.
Yeah, extroverts is like.
I'm just gonna be like the
need a
wallflower in this
button.
episode.
No,
But I was just so surprised when I was looking at you guys. I'm like, oh,
they're
They're
we're
good
already
friends
like
now.
friends. Yeah, sorry. So sorry.
what
Yeah.
What was your next question? I know. Cheat. I
Oh, is
lost
there a
it.
cheat sheet?
Yeah.
We're actually meant to send this questionnaire to you, but it
Yeah.
was too
Oh,
late.
okay, that's
Yeah,
alright.
sorry.
We'll just do impromptu. I'm all about spontaneity. and-
Exactly. Me
Yeah.
too. All right. Yeah.
No, you go. You go.
Okay. So what do you think is, because you've been playing with us.
exposed,
Yeah, you've been playing with us in a Phil Oz community every Sunday. Yeah, most of the
Most
Sundays
Sundays
anyways.
now,
Yeah.
yeah.
And like, is there anything that's you find Indonesians and Filipinos like really
Alike,
similar,
yeah.
like alike? Like,
I
can you
find
tell
that,
us?
Apart from chismis.
She
Marites
knows Marites.
Ate.
Oh, you know about Marites. Baba.
So what I found really like similar is, I guess, like if you look at it geographically and like historically, how water used to be, and before, like, you know, the 1500s, people like there's European colony happens and blah blah blah. Technically, I think Indonesia and the Filipinos share the same like gene pool, really, like from how we look and how we, like, you know, culture. I guess there has to be some similarities of the culture if they're in the same geographic, like, you know, geographically. Oh, look at you.
Can you fix Fitri's microphone?
I know.
Oh, sorry. How what do I do? Oh, okay, all right.
Because
Yeah.
it's just.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sorry for the intermission, but yeah, I think you're right. Like our features,
Very similar.
very similar.
Especially when
Yeah.
you just wander around like in civic,
Yep.
like walking around there. Oh, he's either Filipino or Indonesian.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
there's not a lot of choice. It's either you say they're Malaysian or like Chinese, or like it's the Asian gene pool. I think it's kind of similar in a way.
Similar.
Yeah,
Like, I mean,
yeah.
there are nuances, but not like if I got asked about in my daily life as a sonographer, I always get, oh, are you Filipino first? Are you Filipino first? Yeah, always, and then Thai second, and then third, finally Indonesian, and that's like with me prompting, not. I usually, are you Filipino? Like, no,
Oh,
but I
really?
get
So
that
Filipino
so
is the
much.
first choice.
Is their first choice, and then the second is Thai.
Yeah.
And then I was like, not a bit south, a bigger country, South Indonesian,
A lot bigger.
a lot bigger,
There you go,
a
a
lot
lot
bigger.
bigger.
Which is weird, which is not weird, which is quite funny because Australia and Indonesia is really like next door neighbor, but instead they go to Filipino first, or like, you know, different countries. First,
People are
so.
just probably used to whenever you're in a medical.
Yeah, healthcare
setting,
wise,
healthcare setting,
healthcare
it's always
wise, I
Filipino
guess
first.
like most of the overseas healthcare workers, especially like majority, I would say, you see Filipinos.
Yeah,
I think I'm not saying this like out of disrespect, but yeah, I think it's more like because we were trained to be nurses. Like our parents actually wanted us to be nurses just to work abroad because it will give us a brighter future.
Yeah,
I think that's what's implanted in our heads, and I guess it's actually like a really, what do you call this, Nako?
pride, no?
Not just pride, but it's also like it will give you a stable job financially. Job security, to be honest.
Job security.
Yeah.
You know
not
Jokoi? You guys know Jokoi?
Yeah,
Oh my god, he's our favorite.
Jokoi said that.
Yes,
Jokoi is like,
exactly.
what are you gonna be when you grow up, nurse?
Exactly. So actually, the parents preempt what their kids will
Brainwashed
take.
from a young age.
Yeah, because I guess like coming from a like it's not third world anymore, but a developing country, it's just we don't really have a choice. Like if you follow your passion, it won't make you rich, or it won't give you like
you would have to be lucky and at the same time be very good at it for you to be even
that
considered.
top 0.1%
Yeah,
make
which-
it,
yeah.
which is there's 99.9% is probably don't make it.
Yeah, true.
It's just statistics, I think.
Yeah. And I guess like, you know, like I'm not sure if it's like also similar in Indonesia. Like you go through a profession so you can get into a better job, a better earning job, and
Stability.
and also like societal like
Expectations,
status. Yeah.
You have like a space, not space. You're like your own sort of place in the society.
Yeah, true.
That's already like, oh, okay, this is what you do, and this is what your job impacts such and such in the society. So, I think.
Just going back, apart from the physical traits though, like of Filipino and Indonesians, are like, what like social traits do you find common?
Warm and welcoming people.
There
Very
you
warm
go.
and welcoming people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find,
Very inclusive.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
find Indonesians also very hospitable.
Mm.
Even though like I've
Something to say about that.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I
Yes.
mean, Indonesians are like quite, especially. I mean, you guys all travel from the Philippines to here, so technically this is home now. But at some point, it wasn't home, right?
No,
So if you meet people along the way and they're like, oh, let's support each other, and became family because you share the same backgrounds,
exactly
stuff like that. So very similar to Indonesian culture in that sense that, you know what, we're here for you, we will help you, and you're one of us very similar culture and very like this is why I think we come from like Southeast Asian countries, sunny all year round and no
True,
worries.
that's so true.
Yeah, and we just eat coconut because it's everywhere.
Everyone's just always happy.
Exactly. That's
Too much
completely
sunshine.
true.
Too much
Too much
sunshine.
sunshine. But I guess like that's what makes us happy because I feel like it just makes a lot of difference, isn't it? Like for me, my mood changes if it's like sunny and it's like I'm bright. Yeah.
I can attest to that.
Yeah, rules face just
Otherwise,
changed.
if it's like
I can attest to
guys,
that.
if it's winter time, I'm moody ass.
So
Like,
blue.
So blue. I'm gonna be just like a sloth. I'll be in the lounge. I'm just gonna watch telly all day. That's it.
Apart from that, though, I was actually surprised when you were mentioning words that are kind of similar, Filipino to Indonesian. What was it again?
Sayang.
Sayang.
Has the same meaning to.
Sayang.
I was like, when I
in
first heard it,
Indonesia.
I was like, is she actually saying sayang the same as us saying sayang?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Or
the
is-
same meaning.
yeah,
Nicole.
actually,
Yeah,
It's the
yeah.
same context as in sayang love
Sayang.
and sayang waste. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
sayang
Sayang.
waste.
Sayang.
Now, sometimes I wonder why is a love and a waste in the same word, right? Like
So
waste.
sayang is your love, isn't it?
Yeah,
it
means love, like sayang, like. But that also sayang is in like what a waste.
I get. How would you use it? Like say, I love you in a sentence.
Aku sayang kamu, like I call my husband sayang, like sayang. Can you get me dot dot dot? Can you?
Oh, it's a type of endearment.
Endearment,
Basically, yeah,
endearment, yeah.
But then
Is that like that? Not in Tagalog?
No.
No, mahal.
Mahal.
Mahal is love.
At the same time, it's love, or it can be like pricey, expensive. Mahal.
Yeah.
Mahal is expensive in
Yeah.
Indonesian. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
mahal,
Oh my
yeah.
God. See?
But not love though. Like mahal is not love.
Love-
Sayang is like cinta. Cinta means love. Like
Like-
cinta is like exclusively love.
Yeah, Sinta is.
Sinta is
Kasintahan
actually
is lover. Yeah.
Yeah, lover.
Right.
Sinta. So see, there's
So,
really
yeah,
similar
there's
words,
very similar
like
words.
very entangled
Yeah,
together.
very
But I
tight.
think
I know pagod.
pagod,
Pagod.
pagoda.
I use that a lot now.
Yeah, yeah.
How are you? Ate? Aduh, pagod.
The first word actually Fitri learn is marites.
Marites.
Ate marites, ate.
Ate marites.
So before we start badminton, guys, it's like maritesan first.
It actually
before-
makes me laugh every time I hear her say that. Whenever she
Marites.
enters the facility, it's like,
And she
"Ah,
taught
yeah,
me.
Marites."
Marites, and then technically we're doing it. Like we're just catching
they're
up.
actually gonna stop playing and just sit around and start chatting.
Hang on.
Yes.
Catch up on the marites.
Yes, and then later, and then people will call us. Oh, okay, you play. All right, later.
later. Caught ready? Yeah. Sure. Go.
So look
We
at
are
that.
busy.
There's a really like I'm learning now. Like there's a really a lot of similarities. Like not just features, but also in language. I think also like attributes as a culture. Yeah, Southeast Asian.
Southeast
Technically,
Asian.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or since you've been here for like more than 20 years now in Australia,
Yeah.
is there any like traditions or practices that you miss that you usually do when you were like
Back in
Yeah.
Indonesia.
Yeah.
Well, as you know, Indonesia is a Muslim country. So, but it's a secular. No, it's not a Muslim country. Correct that. It's actually a secular country.
Right.
It's not like Brunei. Brunei is a Muslim country,
mm.
right? Indonesia is a secular country with highest Muslim population in the world.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you guys know about your Sharia and stuff. Indonesia doesn't work based on like Muslim laws. It's based it's countries like its own country's law. So, but it's it get convoluted culture, religion, blah blah blah. What do I miss? I definitely miss family for sure. Like and then there are things that you can't get here.
Yep.
Like I come from not from Jakarta. I come from it's a city. When I was a kid, it feels like a village because there wasn't anything. And then 20 years later, they start building
Establishments.
exactly. So
Yeah.
I come from a city, like it's about an hour flight from Jakarta. So I think that's just where I spent the first 10 years of my life, 10 to 12 years of my life.
That's
And-
your island, guys. That's where she's a princess.
No. Dude, if I'm a princess, I'm not doing sonography.
It's a side hustle.
I know. It's that's just a side hustle, like just to keep her humble, isn't it? I feel like, yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So I definitely miss home, and I guess, like I think it hits me that I'm in my mid 30s this year. My parents in their mid 70s and stuff. I think the age are crippling up on them kind of thing. Where you're like, oh, just more the parents but like working. I actually technically never work in Indonesia.
Oh,
like.
okay.
I never actually. I've worked only in Australia now, and if you remember, I interned in Germany a little bit. So like travel here and there, but never actually worked in Indonesia in a corporate Indonesian company. Actually, never do that. But I can imagine because I've got friends and cousins, and it seems that the culture, like work culture, is like worlds apart from in Australia, and stuff like that. So. I definitely miss my family for sure, but what I hear from like friends, like the work culture is very different. So I don't know if I will miss that because I've never worked that kind of thing.
True.
And traditions like during Ramadan and all that, everybody's doing it when nobody's doing it.
Do you
like
practice it in here?
Some there's like community that practice.
Now, how about you, though? Do you practice it?
Oh my god, busted. Moving on.
But yeah, guys, for those of you who are actually listening, so Fitri, I can hear her like kept on talking about family. So basically, guys, when I started, I mentioned that her family moved here in 1919. No, 1999.
Yeah.
But then they moved back to Indonesia. That's why it's only you and your brother here.
Yeah,
and
my
your brother
yeah.
is in Western Australia.
My brother is Western Australia. Yeah.
So that's why
so-
she misses home a lot because she's not together with her family anymore. And
No, not still
Yeah.
since very young age. Yeah.
How long does it take you to go back to Indonesia from Canberra or Sydney?
From
Travel-wise.
Sydney to Jakarta is about 7-hour flight.
7
But when we
hours.
were in Perth, it was 5 hours. So that was
Oh,
that
okay.
wasn't
it's
too
closer,
far.
a lot closer.
Yeah, a lot
Yeah.
closer. Yeah.
Have you
Yeah.
ever traveled to the Philippines from Indonesia?
Never, but I would
Never?
love to. I would
Okay.
love
I
to.
wonder how
Yeah.
long would it take? If
I think
you-
2.5 hours. I
Okay.
googled it before.
She has plans.
From
I
Jakarta,
tell you,
I've
I
got
know.
plans.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, like coming from that perspective though, like you missing your family, and you said that now yet you're coming to your mid-30s. Like we apparently are the same age. That's why it's probably like the same wavelength
older.
again. Yes, like you just being out of place.
We are dragons.
Exactly,
We are
dragons.
dragons.
Yeah, Year of the Dragons. But I'm also at that phase as well. Like I kept telling Ruel about
that
this.
just synced in on me when you said you guys are like born in the year of the dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that explains it.
Why?
Yeah, because we are like feisty, fiery.
Oh, yeah, we're fiery. We
fiery dragon.
I
breathe
feel like
fire.
I feel like dragon is like for me is an animal that's really honorable.
And what am I? Like a rabbit?
I think you're an ox.
No,
is it?
no, definitely not.
Goat. I think you're.
I
a
think
goat.
so.
Yeah, but anyway,
Goat,
so
yeah, it's goat.
yeah. I think I've googled it. But anyway, going back, so like as year of the dragon, I find that the dragon as an animal. There's no dragon, guys, in real life, but it's a mythical creature for me, and it's very honorable. Like Chinese also like
Yeah.
high regard with dragons. So I'm like,
Dragons.
that's what I find. Like they're very nice looking,
Why
but
are we
they.
talking about dragons now?
Yeah,
But
'cause
because
it's
you
because
discussed
our
it.
Star sign.
Yeah, it's our
We are
year of the dragons, but it's also be like we're nice looking, we're very honorable, we're let's say we're just chill, but don't fight with
Mess
us.
with
We're
us,
like,
yeah.
We'll breathe fire.
We'll be fine. That's it. So anyway, going back to that like family thing, I'm
Yeah.
also in that phase as well. Like I kept telling her all about this that like I want to visit my family yearly
Yeah.
now
Mm.
because you want to just
At
get
least.
Yeah.
yeah you just want to catch up because already like the pandemic happened and you didn't get to go home for about a couple
Yeah.
of years, isn't it?
A solid 3 years.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
2020, 2021,
Yeah.
2022.
Yeah.
And 2022 was a bit like on off as well, right? Remember it
Exactly.
was quite. Are we like it has to
Are
be
we back to
PCR?
travel now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, are you negative? Are you positive? Are you positive? You can't fly. Whereas just now that it's like positive, negative, you fly, whatever.
Exactly. And like coming from New Zealand, there's no one's already like wearing masks. I see a couple of people,
Yeah.
but not a lot. So it's,
Usually
like,
the
back
old
to,
ones.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like back to kind of normal
Normal, yeah.
already. Yeah. Anyway, so where are we?
So just going back to professions. Is this profession has always been your dream?
Oh, for just to emphasize, guys, she is a really great sonographer.
Oh, thank you,
there
thank you. I try to.
Yes.
Has it always been my dream? I don't even know that this job exists.
Hang on. Going back though, before you go deeper into sonography,
Right.
I want to know about like the engineering. How did
The
it
thought
come
process.
about?
The thought process.
How did it came about? Like, why did you wanted to do an engineering first, and then
Yeah.
and then what led you to being a sonographer now?
sonography. Okay. Because in high school, I happened to be in this school that very academic focus, academic. I don't know why, but like that was just the school. You saw in my resume. I'm not mentioning the school.
No mentioning of
So
anything.
if you got a good marks, like in high school, you should do this, like regardless what your interests and stuff. I mean, it's probably not true.
So it's like an IQ test,
something like that. Like if you've got good marks, might as well. There's a lot of emphasis on good profession, like what's constitute good profession. It has to you have to be this, you have to be that. But maybe I was also young and immature, so I was like, just follow the motion, right?
Yeah.
So my brother was an engineer. It is in his 4th year, so I finished year 12, and like, oh, what do you want to do? And then,
Oh my
hello,
God.
little one.
Sit
Hello,
down,
darling.
Baba. Sit down, Bobby. Sit down. Sorry.
That's
Sorry. Come here. Okay. All right. Going back. There you go.
Yeah. So and then I was in Perth then, and then something again happened in my family, and I thought, oh, maybe you go back to Indonesia for uni, because I was from like year 8, year 9, year 10, year 11, so about 5 years, and it was difficult because honestly it was like this immature child. I mean, are your brain mature at 25, and then you're this 12-year-old girl like living alone in Australia. So there was quite a point where like, I just want to go back to Indonesia. So I did go back, and then there was like this dual degree university. So I did engineering because for this like, I just maths, physics, whatever. And
I wish I can say that.
It's just like chill. She's just chill. Like, it's just math, physics.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's like small thing,
it was like, it was like, it was
It's
not
something
a strong,
that's innate to you.
yeah, something that's innate to me. It was quite natural at that time. So it's like, and then you do there's a double degree, and then you do an internship in Germany for like 8 months, 9 months, which is from January to August. Yeah, so that's about 8 months. So that was appealing to me because, I've been in Australia. I've never been to Europe, so I would like to give it a go, like, and then did my internship. So this was sort of like a tipping point a little bit, because I thought, Europe, this is new, right? Like, this is
exciting.
a rich culture. Like, you jump in a train, you go to Italy, jump in a train, you go to France, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I did an internship. So I managed, I don't know how, but I got a job as an intern engineer in this company that manufactures colonoscopy.
Machines.
So that machines,
okay.
So it was very interesting. So I was in charge of tribology. I don't know. Do you know what tribology? Tribology is the science of friction.
Raw.
Science of friction.
Oh my God. Yeah. I'm learning a lot from you. Yeah.
So my job was as an intern is to check. There was a colonoscopy, like tubes, and I have to check how well it slides in the colon, like how well it slides, and what kind of oil that our human body can ingest, like sesame oil, sunflower oil. So I just checking all different types of oil and checking the friction pretty much. Yeah. I forgot now what the calculations are like, honestly. There was like a huge calculation. I have to put everything in the computer, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm also in charge in rinsing. So basically there's a little camera and there's a little rinse. And I have to calibrate the optics every time. Okay, there's like, you know how when you do colonoscopy, like in medical imaging, you had like your laxative first, keep that the prep first, and then you do that. So I was fortunate enough to be in that team. So once a month I go to a hospital, like a local hospital, with the engineer, like my bosses really. And all I did was, and then there was one time that it sort of like hit me a little bit when my boss was like, do you want to have a go to like do the colonoscopy? And I'm like, yes. So that was like, oh my God, this is healthcare is amazing. I was from electrical engineering, so I thought I was like, this is great. Like, and then I get to descending colon, and because you're from anus, and then go to your
See,
And
you get to visualize the inside.
I get to visualize the
Yeah.
inside, and then all I did was just like I mean, I wasn't in charge of the like the movement of the actual colonoscopy. I was in charge of the optics and the sliding. So it's apparently two different things. And yeah, so that was like the first sort of door open to healthcare. So I thought, oh, this is actually very satisfying because it's actually helping like patients. Is actually like the visual, like when they find a polyp, and then my other colleague was developing the scissors to like get rid of it, to do biopsies. So that was like boom. Wow, healthcare, amazing machines. This is
It's so cool.
It's
Yeah,
a very
it's really, really
unorthodox
cool.
way to get introduced to healthcare.
yeah.
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
deep science tech stuff, and
Yeah,
then
but I find like listening to her, I find it so cool that I really want to see a proper colonoscopy because I haven't been. I was actually
Kind of gross.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it is kind of gross, guys. For those of you who had colonoscopy and who's you can Google it up. But the thing is, like, I was when I did my nursing back overseas, I was actually was one of the like couple of nurses that get picked to be a colonoscopy nurse because it's actually like not that common in the Philippines. So it's like a new it's like a new technology. Like how we're very advanced here in Australia.
Yeah.
Like back in the Philippines, you can't really afford a lot of scopes, a lot of technology. So if a hospital is big enough, tertiary enough, and they have a lot of money to actually buy a tech that would help healthcare. Yeah. You go for it because it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. But I didn't go for it because I became like an ICU nurse kind of training. Yeah.
Oh,
but anyway.
at that hospital.
At that hospital. Yeah, I was asked.
That hospital. I want to know what happened in that hospital.
I was actually asked personally, like, hey, do you want to be a colonoscopy nurse? Like, I was chosen. I'm like, I would love to.
That's what happens when you're very loud.
When you're very loud.
Extroverted.
You
Yeah.
get to
Dragons. That's what happened to dragons.
offered a lot of
Exactly.
stuffs.
Yeah, but going back, that is so cool. Now that was your pivotal point that you wanted to become a sonographer.
Well, not really. That was the point where it was interesting to me. Like it's sort of like going through the motion, and then suddenly okay, this is pretty cool. Like it's and when you see an impact of your like day-to-day job. And then let's say, I was doing sunflower oil and then it suddenly was sliding better in this particular vision. Oh, my calculations were correct. So that was like a good sort of job satisfaction. And then finish uni, and then I traveled a bit. I didn't want to go straight to work, but I picked up a job here and there. But like in my head, I always wanted to. I mean, in my early 20s, I'm a bit of party girl, so not really. So it's just like, finish uni. I don't care. Like I just wanted to travel. I just wanted to party. I don't know. So like I was like, it's a bit like a like a break mentally from like unis and stuff.
Yeah. Because
So
if you think about it, like uni straight to work, it's quite pretty full on.
it is pretty
There's
full
no,
on.
Yeah, there's no break. But I think that's what also was engraved to us, being Filipinos.
Yes,
It's like
absolutely.
go find a job so you
Go
can
make a
have,
living.
go make
Yeah.
a living
Be
because
independent
make
as soon as you
money
can.
now.
so you can be independent and you can make money and then you can actually enjoy your life. But
Yeah.
that didn't happen. Like we didn't have the opportunity, or actually it's a luxury for us to actually be having a break post university, and then we just need to work.
You
That's
just need
it,
to work,
basically.
to pay the bills, to really move on with life.
Yeah,
really.
yeah, true.
With all the careers that you've chosen, though, was family of any influence to your choices, or it was all you?
Yeah. Was the
Of
engineering?
course, we all have Asian controlling parents. Of course, they want us
Shout
to
out
do
to Fitchie's parents. Hi, mom, dad.
But like, surely my parents had a lot of things to say, a lot of opinion about my career.
Yep.
But anyway, So anyway, after that, that mid like early 20s, blah blah blah. I just want to be free, blah blah blah, and then I returned to Australia. And this is okay. What do I do in Australia? Because again, I was after that internship.
Hero's so in love with you.
Oh, hero, oh, darling.
Fitchie also have fur babies, guys.
I do. Hero can smell it.
Yeah,
Come on, smell it, doll.
A lot of intermission, guys. But going back, there you go.
Anyway, going back. So I
Parents.
returned to Australia 2012. So that's like So my internship, like that, as that
Mm.
tribology intern, the 8 months internship, was back in 2009. So I had like, and then after I graduated, I traveled a bit and I wanted to study again, but like never worked out. Like not never worked out. I guess it just wasn't my pathway or whatever. So I returned to Australia 2012, and then I met Justin, my beautiful husband.
Yay! Oh, guys, for those of you who are interested, I know her personality is very friendly, very approachable too. But guys, she's taken. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. She's taken.
Same guy for 10 years.
Yeah. Oh, good on you. You guys
Insert
are.
Justin's photo.
Insert
right
Justin's
Yes.
photo. He's very, very shy. He's like my polar opposite.
Yeah, true.
So he probably wouldn't consent to that. No, not my
No,
photo.
don't. Okay.
I actually thought he was
I'll wait
joining
for
us
you.
today.
Oh,
I was like,
really?
is Justin joining us?
Oh, he wouldn't say anything. He'd be like sitting right there behind the door. He'd be like, "Are you guys done?"
That's
Yeah.
probably it. But anyway, yeah, just tell me if he consents, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
So
Any
met
more
Justin, and then that's off the professional, I guess, like
Yep.
off rails. So, then I did my masters at Curtin, the Master of Biomedical Science. So that's and then, again, I don't know what do I get from this. That is pretty much a science degree. I studied more biology than I did in my bachelor, like cellular, molecular level. So it was very interesting to me. I really enjoyed it. It's only 2 years masters anyway, so it wasn't like I can have time. Not only uni, I was also working part time and all of that. So just not sure what this degree will lead. Will it lead to a job and blah blah blah. So by the end of the degree, my professor was like, "Oh, like, are you thinking like you should do research?" And like, and then I was just thinking, research. Like that's hours and hours in a lab, and I'm an extroverted person. Like it can get lonely in the lab. You're just waiting for your because you extract DNA and you do your electrophoresis and blah blah. You learn this in uni and stuff like that. So
No, we didn't.
no, you
No. I mean, research is not for me.
not for me either. Yeah, so
yeah.
you should do research and like and having all these. It's like no. So what job could I get? I was just thinking, how can I find a job? Like, like I just don't know. Like, I know that I enjoy science. I know that I enjoy like biology or like healthcare more than engineering now. So that engineering degree is like, just probably flush down to the toilet. Like I'm never going to use it again. I can't even fix anything now. I used to be able to. Now it's like, Justin, fix stuff for me.
Well, that's what we need husbands for.
Exactly.
Right?
And then a friend of mine actually who worked in the same pharmacy. So I was like working in a pharmacy then. It's like, oh, you should do sonography. Like, give it a go. Like, what is it like? So that's it. So I was like, oh, okay. What is? So I just googled the job. It's like, oh, this job. Like, I don't know that sonography is its own sort of profession, right? Like probably back in Indonesia, like a obstetrician does their own scan, or like intern is like does their own scan, or a vascular surgeon do their own scan. So there's no such thing as like a profession as a sonographer. So that really appeals to me because again, it sort of like reminds me of you're actually a machine operator. Like you get to use this machine that'll be good for diagnostic value, and that's it. So enroll into uni, and then that's it. That's all really done.